I'm a product of the streets, fast cash action hustler. Last of a dime breathing, honest be supplying me. Feeding those that rely on E to bring the cheddar out. In the process I be giving most, y'all need to settle down. Time with the fam, so I can't answer every call. Grown man duties, living life like the rest of y'all. Just cause the steps I took let me live off the music, don't mean I ain't got bills to pay the profits. See, the focus of an ill spitter is being real with ya. Not to mention looking life through a bigger picture. Plus I paid my dues just to get a name like you. So the work I put in is just me making moves.
Potent paper made poetry penetrate. My wordplay is graphical, I'm ready to demonstrate. I pop P's, dot I's, and cross T's. I am legend, the definition of a flyer breed. B7, numerical marksman with a weapon, throwing shots at a ballot, cause bullets can beat oppression. My impression is leader of the new slash Nibiru. Cataclysm, black vision with a clearer view. Steering through the path of the Nazareth with hazardous material I grabbed off the tablet. Splashed on the canvas in gold and rose, like Christ when the saga unfold was so.
Only a few remain, we was ruined in pain. It was God populated until Lucifer came. The force of Star Wars, George Lucas's brain. We the last one standing, see the ghosts of my companions. It was left with emotions as deep as the Grand Canyon. Offered up an offering, my people started altering. No, it ain't our fault, but these niggas falling for flossy shit. They falling off, and I was falling on it. Breaking more trees than the gardener in autumn. Now it's time we taught them we endangered species. When that year fuck the system, that's the anger and steezy. New day, new more, but the same old feces. I'm gone.
I've been on the index, shining like it's Windex. I'ma win the princess, her vagina leave my imprints. The fifth shooter on the note is grassy. Your government was too stupid to even photograph me. Roll a fatty, stuff in Philly, hit it, pass it over to Billy Clinton. It's a silly, isn't it? Who'da guessed it? We really did it. Spitting alphabet groups, make it click, shit alphabet soup. Dynasty minus the alchemist loop. The galliard at school couldn't get this depth. I slam dunk, rip this net, hit his rep. Headbutt the camera guy. Guess what? I'm camera shot, so next up, my handle fly. It's the Midwest threat.
So here we are, cannot take it back. Now the imperial abstract root is on the track. I serve a demigod, pitchfork and Lucifer or any god. Did them with a motive, but you know I had an alibi. Alimony to my baby mama had to cry. Took me to the cleanest, but I asked for that, I cannot lie. Fuck so many bitches like I wish that one would pass me by. Heard about that fat chocolate dick, how it rolled back their eyes. Atomic like a dog who chased the cat. And will Yasin Bey get a pardon by Obama cause he black? And for the sake of rap, all conscious MCs get a tax break. The labels who put garbage out, charge them niggas back pay.
You were tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.diggindilly.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios, Northeast Los Angeles. And as always, we got special guest MCs in the spot. Today is no exception. We got the Northeast legend himself, Mr. EQ in the building.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome, homeboy.
Nah, I'm glad to be back, man. I'm glad to be back. I mean, all this, what is it called? When your neighborhood's changing in front of you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, all this built up. I'm trying to think of a smart word too, man. You got me thinking right now.
I'm over here like, oh man, Arcoides ain't here no more.
Well, they moved. They're in Lincoln Heights now.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
Yeah.
Like my boy L2R told me, and I was like, oh man, I got to go try it. But.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to Lincoln Heights, I'm going to 26, man. Come on.
Oh, there it is. First track, man. Introduce that track we just heard right now.
Yeah, that's Dying Breed. It is features Tri-State from Gold Chain Military, Stylistic Jones from the Liquid Junkies, copyright from Ohio, also Abstract Rude from Project Load, and it's just a monster of a track. And
yes, it is. Great way to open the show, by the way.
Yeah. Like this whole album is just like something I've been working on for about 10 years. So, I had to represent, and like I had to bring out the best of what I could,
Yeah. The album's actually called Burn Easy. Why burn easy?
It's just the way I see it is like, you know, like when you're burning memories,
Yeah.
like you're burning a picture and everything. So I just wanted to show that, like, you know, things like burn out of existence a lot easier than it is, really, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like another thing too is like I always like to be a little braggadocious about certain things, like,
As you should.
yeah, like people over here, like they take like 6 months to do a song and it takes me 10 minutes, you know. So
Yeah, yeah.
I just wanted it's easy to me, you know.
Yeah.
So like, even though this album took 10 years, it was the easiest 10 years of my life, you know?
But there is no time limit on perfection.
Yeah, no, trust me, we have singles that didn't make this cut. Like we chose 12 songs out of 20.
Oh shit.
So I still have a bunch of songs that I never released.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so it's just, they're piling up. Like I got so much stuff going on, you know.
Nice. And shit, man. Well, for those that don't know and those that need to know, give yourself the proper introduction, man. Who is EQ?
Well, I born and raised out of Northeast LA. Literally went to school about 2 blocks away. I was telling my wife, like, you know, when we were driving over here, I was like, I hit a home run right there. No, but I just I started out as a DJ, man. Like I you know, growing up out here, and then had my roots set. Wanted to be an MC, but never really got any like coordination or any help.
Yeah.
So I just figured it out on my own, you know, like how to like people will come by and show me like little like tricks and stuff like that, which is cool, you know, how to sequence and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, it was like learn on your own, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about everything, like learn like new music genres, like, you know, sampling Tona Negra, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, like stuff I've never heard of at one point, but then like my father was like, here, try this, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just trial and error, like anything, you know. But it's a lot of years, man. Like I started when I was 11. So,
Really?
yeah. So I mean, you know, I'm about to be 39 in about a couple of weeks. So
Shit. Happy early birthday.
yeah, thanks, man.
So when
Hopefully Vegas ain't in no monsoon when I go.
I don't know. It should pass. It should pass.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, man, when you were DJing, what made you get into being a DJ?
It was the cool thing to do.
Really? Where were you playing? Where were you playing?
This was when house was big, man.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it was a lot of flashbacks.
I'm only 2 years, a year and a half older than you.
Yeah.
So I was in that era.
Yeah, like I'm talking about, like I would always go and talk to like you know, Ed Lover up there in Eagle Rock, or I would go to Mixo over there in Alhambra.
Hell yeah.
You know, like all those places, World Records and all that. That was my spots.
Hell yeah. RIP World Records.
Yeah,
Man.
RIP World Records, man. I was actually he was trying to get me a job there.
Really? Mixo was the coolest fucking cat, man.
Hell yeah, man.
We're going a little bit off the interview, but for those that know, this is part of the history of the culture. But I remember Mixo used to have crates for like Power 106 DJs and all that.
Oh yeah.
And I remember I'd walk in, he's like, "Oh yeah, this is so and so's crate, but go ahead and dig through it, dog. Fuck him, get whatever you want."
I met a lot of cats through Mixo. So I met Protocon through Mixo. That's my boy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Shit. So how long were you DJing before you actually said, "Okay, I want to do this MCing"?
Well, I started DJing at 11,
Uh-huh.
and then when I started MCing, I was probably about 14.
Okay.
So like those 3 years, maybe a little bit before that. You see, the thing is, I grew up. My 2 best friends were Peter Cobian and Wedo Cobian, or Gaston Cobian, and they were like a couple years older than me, but they had a DJ system, so I was always up at their house trying to mix and all that kind of stuff. And I sucked back then, you know, but like, you know, it was what it was. Like I had fun doing it, you know.
At least you're keeping it honest.
Yeah. I was, believe me, if I was good at DJing, I would still be DJing.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, thank God, not to be a dick, but thank God you're not, because the music you created is fucking. You wouldn't be creating them. We wouldn't be in touch with a lot of the gems that you have.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I'm one of those cats that, like, if I'm good at something, I stick to it, you know.
Nice.
And then if I'm not good at it, then I find something else, and then I get good at it, you know.
Yeah, nice.
So
when you were MCing, man, you know, what were some of the influences that got you going?
Influence-wise, I mean, of course, like anything West Coast, like Corrupt, you know, anything West Coast really. But for the most part, I love Big L.
Oh,
You know,
too, that's what's up.
triple syllable rhyming and all that, and then
Yeah.
of course, like you know, like you gotta show love to like the older cats like Percy P and all that, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, when it came down to it, it was like I was always like bumping some Cool Keith or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
It was like realistically, I'd have to say like the first time I heard something and I was like, oh my god, was probably when I wanted to be a producer. I'd have to say what made me want to be a producer was listening to Regulators.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just like, ooh, like, and then I found the sample and I was just like, oh, okay, I see what they did, you know, and that's
Yeah.
what kind of got me like interested in that. Like, because
Interesting.
before I was just like beats are beats, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, of course, you know, I love the beats, but then I never really focused on where they came from until like I started investigating it a little bit more, and
You
then
started
Yeah.
exploring everything.
yeah, you
Damn,
hear
that's
like
crazy.
Los Angeles Negros and all that stuff all over the place. You
Yeah.
know? So
So let me ask you this: how long were you emceeing before you said, okay, I want to actually pick up production?
it was about the same time.
Really?
Yeah,
That
just
young?
I wasn't that good at it, but like I had a cheesy program, you know what I mean? Like I would always just loop it on my own with a 3-second looper on the Gemini
Yeah.
sample board and stuff like that. But for the most part, when I actually started getting involved in sequencing myself, I would say I was probably about 16 to
Crazy.
17. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was horrible, man. I was just trying to sample anything. It wasn't even like the first thing I sampled was like Radiohead or something like that.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Like it
That's
was just like, oh, that sounds cool. I want to see how it is if I do this. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh huh.
so it was nothing. I didn't go into it with any type of idea what I wanted it to become.
Yeah.
It was just experimenting, and that's the best thing I can say for anybody. If you're interested in anything, just experiment with it. See if it even catches on. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
if it does, then continue it. You know what I mean? So
In the early stages, man, how important was it? I mean, because, you know, there's cats that get kind of spoiled and they get like top of the line everything, and they're making beats or they're DJing on like top of the line equipment.
yeah,
But I always say, you know, I started on Gemini belt drive turntables when I started DJing.
yeah. Remember
You know what I'm
those?
saying? And
The rubber bands.
Yeah, yeah. You know, you gotta kind of like push the record off so it
Yeah.
catches speed right when you're letting
Dude,
it go.
direct drive was a luxury back
Yeah,
then.
right. How was it when you were making beats? Like, how much of that process of going through all that was necessary for you to be who you are today?
Honestly, like, I'm the type of cat that once I found something that I liked, which was like, I think it was like at one point, like I was using like Reason, and then I started using FL,
Uh-huh.
and I used like FL6, and I stayed with FL6 even till they came out with like FL15 or something like that.
Really?
Like, I'm the type of cat that just like loves using what I learned to use.
Yeah.
You know, like I hate new stuff, you know, but
Yeah.
I'll learn it if I have to. Like I have a machine, you know, I have the Contact, you know, I like all these sound libraries and stuff, but I
Yeah.
still go back and use FL. Like just
Interesting.
because I'm just so used to it, and I just like the way that my workflow is in it. Like it would take me like 2 hours to do on like Contact. Takes me like 15-20 minutes to do on FL, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person that, like, if I'm gonna make beats, I'm gonna make like 5 in a day and just try to sell them off, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm not like sitting back and like inventing a craft anymore. Like I'm just like, if I hear something, I'm just gonna sample it and see where it goes.
Interesting. Damn, that's dope. And those sessions, man, how long did it take for you to get to those sessions where you're just, because, you know, when you're first starting something, you're super critical. Or
Yeah,
I like to think
yeah.
you're super critical about what you're doing. You're trying to make it perfect. How long was the process where you got to the point where you're like, all right, I'm just gonna see where this goes and make it happen?
Like honestly, I listened to it through a couple times.
Uh-huh.
If I don't hear something that bugs the shit out of me, then I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? My bad, I hit the mic. Like I'm cool with it. You know, that's how I approach mixing too. Cause like I can listen to like old school Beatnut songs where like Psycho Les and Juju are like 2 different levels, and I'll be like, I gotta fix that. You
Yeah.
know, if I was an engineer. But like in some cases, like if I don't hear anything, then it doesn't bug me, then I'm cool with it. You know, I don't overthink things, man.
Word up, word up.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another track off of the Bernizi LP. The breaks. Talk about this real quick and introduce it.
Well, I figured, like, you know, throughout hip hop, there's been different variations of the breaks. You know what I mean? Like, the breaks originally was the loop that the DJs would go back and forth on just so that they can create like the dance. You know what I mean? Like they would do it on like disco records and stuff like that. And then the breaks slowly became where like it would be like the definition of what the original sample was. You know what I mean? Like that's known as the breaks. Now I'm pretty much just like, the breaks is, to me, is when anything is played from its original source and it's meant to be like memorative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I was just like, all right, I'm gonna reestablish the definition of the breaks. So that's what I kind of did, like in a party vibe. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah. So
Here it is right here, The Breaks, off of the Burn Easy LP. EQ in studio right here, Northeast Los Angeles. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios.
Come on, keep it moving, feel your body shake. You hear the music booming, you can hardly wait. I'm here to break it down, while the party break, I do my damn thing, dancing like the Harlem Shake. Can you feel me pumping? Put your face down, grind it, bumping, stuck from the waist down. I think she's too close, I'm awake now. Her booty got me shaking, screaming like James Brown. I see her raise it up, then she make it clap. And by the look on her face, I can't take it back. I think I'm falling for her. She got a crazy ass face like Shakira with a body like Kim Kardashian. And I know she got a lot of love for me, but she frontin' on your boy while she acting so horny. She killing off the brakes while we grindin' till morning. If you want it, then I got it. All you gotta do is show me.
It's the brakes, baby.
That got the girls acting wild.
It's the brakes, baby.
That gives everybody style.
It's the brakes, baby.
That keeps y'all coming round. So get ready to get down, cause
It's the brakes, baby.
that got girls acting wild.
It's the brakes, baby.
That gives everybody style.
It's the brakes, baby.
That keeps y'all coming round. So get ready to get down, cause it's the means for a good time. DJs doing drops right. Shorties with the 40-inch needed for the spotlight. Most of them are half naked, dressed up for a hot night. Thank God for Cali, man. Girls looking hot.
Right.
People getting crazy, especially the ladies. But watch who you talking to, cause most be acting shady. Some be bringing dudes around acting all crazy. But most got the girls keeping them from misbehaving. That's why I got my mans popping up from the crowd to give your girl some attention while she's stuck in the clouds. Down to go the extra mile when we up in your house. I got the bedroom, dog.
I fucked a duck on the couch.
That's that real Bill Bellamy. Girls all around the way using what we gotta give, working on a proper game. Girls know what we do, but they the ones that down to fuck. All I do is wait for the brakes, cause homie, that's what's
It's
up.
the brakes, baby.
That got the girls acting wild.
It's the brakes, baby.
That gives everybody style.
It's the brakes, baby.
That keeps y'all coming round, so get ready to get down, cause
It's the brakes, baby.
that got girls acting wild.
It's the brakes, baby.
That gives everybody style.
It's the brakes, baby.
That keeps y'all coming round, so get ready to get down, cause
Cause these are the breaks. That's what's up. That's what's up. Woo! You weren't messing around, homie.
yeah, that's just hot.
That is definitely the party jam. Definitely the party jam. Dope sampling work, man. How long into your tour of producing did you realize that you wanted to, like, you know what, I'm gonna start sampling shit? Because I know different producers are different and they have different attitudes towards it.
You know what? When I started doing my first beats, and all of them were like 80 BPM, and they all sounded the same with the same 4-bar like chorus progression and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to find something else that is gonna interest me. So started experimenting, started digging and finding different genres of music, and there's so much stuff out there, man. Like, it's ridiculous to really think about it, you know?
Yeah.
Like Euro prog rock or symphonic violin supersonic, whatever the hell they call it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, look up the Martian Chronicles. Like, you'll find all sorts of crazy, like, just weird stuff on there, man. So like, you just find whatever you feel like, like speaks to you, and then just see what you can do with it, you know?
Yeah. Let me ask you this: how long into your producing stage when you're an MC did you cut your first album?
Whew. First album, like first legitimate album.
First legitimate, or even just your first album that you just did.
I would say the first album that we did was just something that just put together. We even called it Shit Thrown Together.
Yeah.
But
is that when you were in RTD?
yeah, well, it was before RTD. It was Quantum Mechanics.
What and who did that consist of? We're gonna get a history lesson right here, y'all.
Quantum Mechanics is AGOP, AGOP, you know, expose and post. It's Protocon, and then it was also Living Mechanism, which was my boy Ethereal from Vegas, and Heretic, Euthanasia, Earthstones. Like everybody was all kind of a part of this collective. And it was like everybody in the underground scene in Northeast LA at the time.
Yeah.
Love the Messenger, like all these cats. Like this is way back. This is when I was first starting off, and I was like, where do I go to like figure out like people to have some common ground with, you know?
Yeah.
And I actually met them at Amish, you know, like in Eagle Rock, the bookstore, and I was just like, there was like an open mic there. So I was, you know, that's where I met them, and then I went and I saw them at Linguistic Harvest, which was their thing in El Sereno. So it was a little, you know, it was a little collective, and I was like, they welcomed me with open arms, you know. Also, because I had DJ equipment.
Yeah. It was like, oh yeah, he's dope too, but he has equipment.
Yeah. Originally, it was like, okay, he has mics, he has a speaker, he has turntables. Let's get him up in this, you know.
Yeah.
So I was working with them as the DJ for AGOP at one point. And then they're all like, oh, you produce too? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, I also MC too. And then it just kind of just steamrolled that way. You know?
Nice. Any of that music available anywhere?
Ooh, oh God.
Is it on a hard drive somewhere?
Probably, or maybe a floppy. No.
Don't date yourself. Don't date yourself.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, it's definitely in a memory stick somewhere.
It's on something.
Yeah.
Damn, that's what's up. And then after that, how soon after that did you start RTD? How'd you meet up with Postpone?
Post was part of the collective with the whole Quantum Mechanics. So originally I was welcomed into AGOP, and I was featured on their album. Well, a few songs, you know.
Yeah.
So what happened was me and Post were talking about how, you know, we love being political. Like that's one of our main things, especially when you're coming up at an age of like 26, 27, you know. But we don't want everything to be political. So we wanted to do RTD, and we were thinking about, well, what's the best way we can commemorate people that we don't know, but we want to pay homage to. And I was like, well, let's resurrect the dead. Like, yeah, so that's why we were just like, okay, we're going to resurrect the dead, meaning that we're going to sample, you know, whoever we want, whenever we want. We're going to do whatever we want to do. There's no limitation, you know?
Yeah.
So that was like one of our first songs that we did with the homie Signal. We were like, yo, we're going to spit what we want to spit when we want to spit it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, no more censorship, nothing like that, you know? And that was probably the funnest years I've ever had, man.
Yeah.
You know, I would literally, because at that time I met my wife, and I was driving from Reseda every single day just so that I can get with this dude. That's why I would get so upset when he would cancel on me, you know?
Yeah.
Like, bro, I'm driving 32 miles, man.
Yeah. You don't understand the traffic from out that way. I understand that traffic. Were you taking the 170?
No, I'm taking a 101 to the 134.
Oh, yeah.
Or if I feel a little frisky, I'll take the 118 to the 210.
Oh, yeah. I understand that. I understand that.
Yeah.
How many albums did you guys do together?
Me and Post, we did Killer Dope. That was the actual first album where it was just me and him.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we just wanted to release something quick. So we had a few songs already done, but it wasn't like the main album, you know?
Yeah.
And we wanted to just show an album where we were having fun. So we released Killer Dope. Got a few homies on it, just, you know, normal homies. And we did pretty good. You know, it made some noise. but the much anticipated one was the actual RTD album.
Yeah.
And that's the one that we put a lot into, like me and him, like actually, because we were the main producers. But then we were like, you know what, let's start branching out. And we started getting producers like Mascaria. We got the homie Def Switch from France. You know, just a bunch of just other people that we wanted to, like, you know, White Rhino was another homie that we got.
Yeah,
like, so
yeah,
just a bunch of people. We were just like, let's break it off a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Experiment.
And it worked really well. We were still very risque, I guess you could say.
Or was it unpolished? Would be the best word, I guess.
No. More like we were saying shock factor things just to like say them.
All right, word up.
You know, like we were trying to piss people off.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it was at the time, you know.
Yeah.
So it was but 2007, gotta love it, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
After that, what albums came after that?
But after that, I started working on my solo. Well, I mean, on top of that, like at this time, I was also linking with Destruct. I met Destruct at an I Suppose show, and I think he was like 17 when I met him.
Oh, really?
And he was like, "Hey, come to the Zen Sushi," and I was like, "Yeah, that's how old I am, bro.
Yeah.
Zen Sushi."
Yeah, on Hyperion.
Yeah,
we threw a couple shows there back in the day.
And like Destruct, like couldn't even get in until he performed because he was so young.
Yeah.
So like, I remember like linking up with Destruct, and then we started doing some music, and then we formed Non Flaco. So we made some noise because Anno Domini at the time picked one of the tracks that we did over one of his beats to be on like his SoundClick All Stars, or I don't know what the heck he called it.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty big thing at the time. And then so we decided to keep on going, and then we released our first album, which was just Non Flaco, you know, like and then we were like, okay, this isn't the main one, this is just going to be a little EP for the time being, and it made some noise. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still think that our logos look like Kevin Smith and Slug from Atmosphere, but whatever. Like, cause we paid somebody to do like homie figurines, and then I was like, dude, I look like Kevin Smith.
Well, that would, you know what? Now that you say that, now I see how the actual logo for Non Flaco came about. It almost looks like the homies logo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How'd you guys come up with Non Flaco?
Cause I was pushing like 350 at the time.
Yeah.
And Destruct was pushing the 2X. Now he's like a large, but
yeah. Back
then, you know, he was a little chunkier, so we're just like, okay, we're not skinny, you know, like our shit's fat, you know.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's dope. And then during all that time, all those albums, production primarily you doing all the production, all the beats and everything.
It was half and half. Destruct came with his producers. I started to get to know producers. At the time, I linked with some cat named. I think he was Drummer Boy or something like that in Turkey, and he was big. Like he had like he got me on a song, and that really boosted me up too.
Really?
And like it just out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also my solo album was kind of building up a little bit after this, and then I started linking with people from overseas too, the Hit Farmers and Scar City. Like just, you know, a bunch of just different dope producers from like Budapest and Germany and France, and Altarba. That's like another big one that I started linking with. That's off the meds right there.
How did you link up with all these cats?
Just being bored on the internet. You know, just hearing like people that are similar to me, especially from other people. Like I heard of Rhyme Asylum from my boy Think, who did the whole album for Burn Easy. And he was working with them, so then I started hearing other producers that they were listening to, and then they were hitting me up for my producers too. So it was just kind of funny because like we were all just like, he was like, yo, who did this beat? And I was like, oh, that's Def Switch from such and such. I was like, hey, you want to jump on a track? No, right now I'm looking for your producers. I'm like, okay, whatever, dick. You know, like, so that's kind of how like everything kind of you know spurted out, where like I started like working with a bunch of just different cats that were along my same lane, but just in different places. Like I was on a few tracks with the homie from damn, I forgot where he is. There's so many countries, man.
Yeah.
But
I can
like,
imagine,
he
man.
He had like 40 people on his track, and I was like number 10 or something like that. So it's just, you know, you kind of just go all over the place, and then you just build up these networks, you know. And not only that, I'm trying to build my network out here too, you know?
Yeah.
So like I'm over here like doing like favors for whether it be like you know, like Duke, or doing favors for Block McCloud while he's with Duke,
Yeah.
or doing favors for Exile, or you know, just like a bunch of different
Building.
yeah, building as much as I can, because you know, you create a circle, and then you just have to like, you know, you believe it or not, like you'll always find something for that circle, like whether
Yeah.
it's like getting a verse from such and such, or you know. But don't get me wrong though, like if it comes down to money, I'm cool, like I'll pay you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but for the most part, like I'm all about the barter system, man, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'll do as much work as I need to. That's how I got Asia on my album at one point, because I mastered like the Gold Chain Military album, you know?
Oh, damn, word.
Yeah, so like it's you know, it's a lot of favors, but then also like I do a lot of favors for a lot of people. Dude, I have like favors that I can call in from people that I don't even plan on ever calling in, like if I just did it just to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like people wish they had those, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Shit, I would. When
Yeah.
did the Ashtray LA come? When did you officially start doing
That
recording?
was 2010.
Uh-huh.
And that like that album was an icebreaker album. I didn't know any of those people that I had on the album. Like I was solely like approaching it professionally. You know, shout out to my wife, because she could have beat my ass for using our tax return to really like fund it.
Yeah. Thank you for not beating them up. We appreciate it.
But like we made the money back and everything, which is cool. And on top of that, like on undergroundhiphop.com, that album was like 23rd of all time in 2010, you know?
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, so like I outsold people with like major labels, you know?
Yeah.
But it had like a ridiculous amount of people in it. Like I had like Outer Space on 2 joints. I had like Planet Asia, Block McCloud, Reef the Lost Cause. You know, like all these major underground major label artists.
Yeah.
They you know, they all hopped on, and then I just really like did this album that I've always wanted to do, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how like the Ashtray came about. Like, and I still love that album to this day. Like, it's just fun to listen to, especially like, you know, it has my boy Gaj on there. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Gaja.
Yeah, man. Just like, you know, it's just memories, man.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. Being where you were at that time, and definitely having that I guess you could say like the clout with working all those artists, because at the time those underground artists were all fucking popping at that time.
Yeah.
And you had them on your album. How did that work with your psyche?
I just didn't want to be in a situation where my verse was like I just didn't want to get shitted on my own track, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was my main focus
Yeah.
going in there. And I'm glad to say that I did not go and re-record any of those verses. Like, those are the verses I originally shot them, and then I felt like they kept up with them, and that was it.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's dope. Any artists now that because you work with so many, any artists now that you would fucking say you'd want to work with that you haven't worked with?
Probably Sick Jack, probably the
Really?
only one.
Yeah.
Like he's the only one I've been like, and when I was able, because of the reason the mobility issues now and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was able, I was trying to put in work with him. But I mean, that dude's just surrounded with talent, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I'm not trying to like be a fly on the wall, you know. I got other moves I need to make, you know. I got a family to feed, man.
I understand. Yeah, I feel you on that one, brother.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one. Let me ask you this: as far as upcoming albums, man, let's talk about when did you guys decide to come out with another Non-Flacco album?
Dude, that's been on the works for another 10 years, man. Like,
Really?
yeah. Some of those songs are ridiculously old. Like,
Really?
Yeah. I don't even think I was. I'm trying to think which one. I think that about 10 years is probably the oldest song.
Really?
Yeah. But that was like the album where like we really pulled in a lot of connects. We really decided to put some money behind it, and not to mention like just my production too. Like I was at a different point in my life back then. I'm talking about like I was just really soulful at the time.
Yeah.
So a lot of my samples were just on some like soul, like old school Ninth Wonder type stuff, you know.
Nice. Where you at right now with your production?
Right now, I'm just whatever sounds good. Like I don't even like have a focus. But I'm gonna try. You know what? Like my boy's been trying to get me to do drill. So I'm gonna give that a shot maybe.
Let me ask you this, because I've heard a couple drill songs. What's your input on that scene? You could be honest.
I think it's the next.
The next wave.
Yeah, it's the next. Who's the one that's gonna get played 50 million times, and then we'll move on to the next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, he seems to be putting a lot of weight behind it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I just think like I need to adapt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm willing to do it for whatever. He's done it for me, so I got to do it for him. You know?
Yeah.
Like especially with I don't know if you guys heard the album, the Mexican Joker song. He did not want to make that beat at all.
Really?
Like, cause I gave him the sample. I was like, you make it with this or nothing. You know what I mean?
This is ZQ, and that's the bottom line.
I was like, don't make me fly to Canada and beat you up with a maple leaf. This is literally half of the conversations we have when we play Apex together, man.
Man, I want to be a fly in the wall for that, man. Shit.
Yeah. Trust me, we tried to record it on Twitch one time, and like the one viewer we had was like, "This is stupid," and it just took off.
Oh damn!
That was the worst critique I've ever had, man.
You're like, "Hey man, chill out,
Yeah,
relax."
Just having fun, man. We're not being serious. I love Tim Hortons.
I didn't get to ask you, man, but how'd you come up with the name EQ?
Originally, it was Equinox, and the reason why it was Equinox was because, of course, we know what the spring equinox is. Usually, is when the light overtakes the dark.
Yeah.
So, I wanted it to originally be like very meaningful like that. So I wanted it to be Equinox, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna shorten it to EQ because I'm already the engineer anyway.
Yeah.
So I just shortened it to EQ, and that's where it came from.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's also Chubby Cox all day, every day. You know?
Oh, you can't forget Chubby Cox, homeboy. I haven't heard that in a long ass time.
Oh man, dude. I remember, like, you know what? Funny little story, real quick.
Yeah, tell us.
Dude, on my Xbox Live account, I had Chubby Cox as my name for like 15 years, and then just recently a kid like reported me and I got it taken away. So
fucking little snitch.
Hey, I know.
Fucking dick.
You gotta love the woke.
Yeah. He's talking about Chubby Cox, man.
I respelled it like 5 different ways, but it didn't work after a while.
We're gonna get into a super exclusive track right here. Talk about this track right here.
Well, I figure since I'm coming back to the stomping grounds, Northeast LA, I did a track pretty much based on on me in Northeast LA at the time. It's more of a memorabilia track, like, you know, rest in peace to my boy Peter Cobian, and rest in peace to Gordas, my boy Carlos, and a few others. I mean, I lost so many people, man. And we all have, you know, so I figure, like, you know, even if this song doesn't relate to you based on what I'm saying, because it has to do with family and has to do with like just everything in general, just think about, just let the beat like really touch you and just like remember, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, no matter where you're at, it doesn't have to be in Nella, but if you're in Nella, then hell yeah.
There it is. It's even better.
Yeah.
Right here, diggingdeli.com. This is The Way Radio, EQ, Nella Dreams, broadcasting live. This is The Way Radio, Hotbox Studios.
Growing up in the Northeast, dreams were an obstacle. You'd aim for the sky, but the reach seemed impossible. The piece of the pie was nothing but a promise. Regardless, my parents did the best to hide the hardship. Knowing what was burning through the pockets of my family trust. My mom working 12 hours to support my father's lust. But I ain't mad though, it added to my chivalry. Promising my queens I'll never do what it did to me. I let the anger burn slowly till I lost respect. From a man who taught me how to live with no regrets. He's feeding 9 kids and doing so with half a check. Cause the courts won't believe a man until there's nothing left. Sustained in the weather, making them better. He kept the family together, turning pain into pleasure. Although sometimes I wonder, I dream no different. Cause I love my brothers and sisters and see no difference.
These keys I find unlock a different mind. Things are given to me, but a different life I cannot see. Every step I breathe, blessing yet I can't sleep. As far as memories, I can always dream.
Fast forward to a grown man, working hard since 16, losing friends to shootouts and pancreatic drinking. Music was my only escape to holding that weight. Dropping gems to those that relate can only replace what was left in the memory. Shit, I give up everything to let the families have them back for one more day. Fuck the music, close up shop, no more pay. Cause no parent should have to bury the kids or feel that pain. Met a girl who believes in me, adjusted to the streets in me. My future is the memory that got me living peacefully. So I salute you, my day ones. Stay calm, cause I'll never forget where I came from. My dream's a better future, driven from a past life. Shines brighter than a flashlight from cops searching for glass pipes. While we're cuffed on the sidewalk laughing, cause we know they got nothing when the pigs come crashing.
These keys I find unlock a different mind. Things are given to me, but a different life I cannot see. Every step I breathe, blessing yet I can't sleep. As far as memories, I can always dream.
This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live right here. Hotbox Studios, EQ, Nella Dreams. Hardest verse, dog. The cops come crashing. That last verse, damn it. I had it in my head right now. I was trying to practice it so I wouldn't forget it, and I fucking forgot it.
Yeah, no, damn, I'm
laughing because
forgetting
the
it.
cops come crashing because they can't find nothing.
Yeah, no, I've been in that situation, especially in Glendale, man.
Yeah.
Like I remember one specific time we all got out because we were cramped in. You know those party days.
Yeah.
And we were all cramped in, and we just wanted to stretch our legs. And this cop came, and he was like, "You all just leaving, right?" And I was like, "Dude, we can't stand outside. It's not even 9:30, man." Jeez. And
we just started, man.
Yeah, and then they handcuffed us and trying to look for a glass pipe, and they said they smelled weed, and we were just laughing because we were just like, "You're stupid." But it is, you know. Shout out to Josiah Deadflowers for that hook, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
He killed it.
You got an event coming up, brother, for your birthday.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that.
So because of my illness now and all that, like I don't really get out much. So people always hit me up. They're like, "Yo, how can I get your album?" And I was like, "Well, I could mail it to you, but I have an event coming up with Destruct on the 17th at the Virgil. It's a free show, so
nice.
Anybody listening right now, I'm giving you free tickets."
I'm gonna hook you up.
I'm gonna hook you up. Just so you know me, all right? Nah, just you can go down there, and then we'll be down there, like, you know, partying it up. I don't drink no more because of the dialysis. So you can possibly give a donation, buy a shirt, you know, whatever. Like I got shirts on deck, CDs. We're gonna be celebrating the life of pretty much every Leo, and we have so many Leos in the house, man. So it's, you know, it's gonna be fun.
Nice. Now, who else is on that bill?
We got Scarab, we got Abstract Rude, we got Speech Impediments, Rockham. You know, a lot of Northeast heads. We got
and this
few
is
other
for,
homies.
wait, and this is for free?
Yes.
Damn.
It is a free show. It's on a Wednesday. You know, party like an adult. You know what I mean?
That's
Call
right.
into work on Thursday. It's not like your boss misses you. You know.
that's what's up. You got the birthday show. You got the Non Flaco album, Burn Easy. Is that already available?
Yeah, Burn Easy is available right now. If you hit me up on Ashtray of LA, that's and anywhere like Facebook Ashtray of LA, IG Ashtray of LA, or you can go rtdhiphop@hotmail.com. I still have a Hotmail account. That's how old school I am.
I keep it old school.
Yeah, I got a Gmail too, but the Hotmail really, it's hot.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you can get, or you can go to thinkbeats.com. I think, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot his link. He's going to kill me. But if you hit me up, I'll get you the correct link, for sure.
And then definitely for artists, you guys heard some of the production. You do have beat sales.
Yes, all the time.
So definitely make sure you guys check them out. And then what's, I think you always promote on your Bandcamp. What's the Bandcamp?
The Bandcamp is Ashtray of LA.
Ashtray of LA? Okay.
Yeah, or EQ Music is another one.
Word up.
You can find me on Spotify now. Like, Spotify is a big thing with me right now. Like, I'm really uploading all my albums on there.
Nice.
So that should be, and plus more exclusives and stuff like that. I have a song on there called Funky Fly Rhyme that I will be performing on Wednesday.
Nice.
It has Rusty Jux and Reef the Lost Cause on it. That was a throwaway song.
Really?
So it's kind of funny when those are like the throwaways,
How did that? Well, so hold on, because you just named two dope ass MCs. How does that become a throwaway song?
It just, whenever I work on a collaboration with my producer, we both have a say no matter what, and then we come to a discussion, and then pretty much we'll figure out if we're gonna go from there. So we were listening to all the songs, and trust me, I got a lot of songs. Like, if it were up to me, like solely, I'd probably put them all on there.
Yeah.
But I agreed with them. I was just like, you know what? Let's just make this album 12 songs, and then we'll just slowly start releasing the other ones by month.
Yeah.
So Funky Fire Rhyme was one of them, where even though like we got these two dope ass artists on there, and the beat is like ridiculous, it just didn't fit.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So like it's a dope song by itself, but if it was gonna go on that album, it would just feel out of place.
Yeah.
So I have a few songs like that actually.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
I can only imagine cats would die for features like that and be like, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to just throw it on that album regardless. But you're just like, nah, it doesn't fit the album. That's dope. That's dope. I got to tell you, that's dope, EQ.
Yeah.
You're like, nah, it doesn't fit in. It's a dope track. Like you said, the beat's fucking dope. Everything's dope, but it just doesn't fit the album.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick, brother. That's sick.
Yeah, that's what we ultimately came to the conclusion. So we were just like, yeah, let's just release it on its own, and it did pretty good. Like it's as far as numbers wise. So
yeah.
Like
how do you liking the whole new adjustment from back in the day where it was MySpace to, burning CDs, sign them out your trunk, to now everything's all like super digital, download this, download that. How do you feel?
It sucks.
You've been through all of it. Talk about it.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Like we were talking about it earlier off the air. Like the algorithm is killing people.
Yeah.
Like I cannot get through that algorithm no matter what I try. And I've been doing reels. And then like I did that one reel, where the baby's all like doing like with the rock music.
Yeah.
And that shit got like 60,000 views. And then I do a reel and my music is like 500,
Yeah, that's what is it? The dumb stay dumber?
Yeah.
You got to throw dumb shit out there and you try to attract them, like to like get them their attention, and it's just like it's like, oh yeah, and then when you hit them with some shit,
it gets to the point where you have to like compromise your artistry to doing some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And like like the breaks, right? You think the breaks is a dope ass song.
Yeah.
But I had to put it with Tom Cruise dancing from Tropic Thunder just so that I can get some noise.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at least you're being creative, dog.
Yeah.
At least and how did that work for you?
It's all right. Just doing I'm sorry if my phone's going through.
Nah, no worries.
Of course it would be disrupted.
He's like, I'm outside. That's coming up next.
Yeah. No, just what was the question?
I don't know. We got, but it had to do with the actual. How was that doing for you as far as having to do all that?
Yeah, no, I mean it's cool, but I mean it can always be better. I'm just kind of hoping that I just want the album to get heard.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure it will. The more like, because I mean, like surprisingly on my Spotify, don't ask me how. Most likely because everybody's named EQ.
Yeah.
But I got like 60,000 monthly listeners.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm trying to just like work in a way to get those natural numbers from that. Like one of my songs has over 70,000 views, like the Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
You know, like Off the Meds, so obviously has like a ridiculous number of views. So those are like, I'm trying to like really just like, hey, I'm still doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like just let them know, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard, but then, you know, I guess it's not, but it is. You know what I mean? I just need to figure it out. Like, and I'll figure it out.
Do you think with the industry the way it is now, for an artist in your caliber, with the social media and everything that goes on with it, do you feel like it's easier for you now than it was back in the day?
Nah, man. I wish I would have been a little bit before when I came out. Like, you know, around the time when like we were really like getting to know all these underground artists back in the day before social media.
Yeah. Talking about like 2002, 2003.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I would have like came out back then, like, you know, of course I would have been like 18, 19 years old, but if I would have came out back then and kept it going, then I'd have a bigger name and I'd be able to, you know, probably live a little bit more off of whatever. I'm surprised I can live off of what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh shit, because you're like, everybody for a moment was like working with you. Everybody wanted to work with you.
Yeah.
The production was just like, like I said, when you walked in, and I'm like, I told the homie Boxer who owns the studio, I'm like, yo, we got fucking the Dr. Dre of Northeast LA in this motherfucker, dog.
You know what it is? The pandemic really slowed everything down. People started saving their money.
Yeah.
I still work with a lot of cats, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like, you know, majority of people like just don't want to pay anymore, you know? Or also, you know, some of them maybe just ain't digging my sound. It's all good, you know?
Yeah.
Like another thing too is like, you know, people think that I'm set in my ways. Like if you want something, why don't you hit me up? You know what I mean? But people are afraid, you know, they really are. Like one time somebody was like, oh, I didn't know I could ask you to do that. Well, how do you know until you ask?
Yeah, exactly. And you're like the most approachable cat ever.
I was like, you want a G-Funk beat? I can probably work that real easy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but you know, I might not be feeling it at the time, but like if you tell me that you want something and you're willing to pay for it, then by all means, I will find a way to do it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And then, so we're gonna close out right now. But before we close out, do me a favor, dog. One more time, promote all the albums, promote all the shit that's coming up, and then give all your contact info for all the cats out there that want to reach out with you and work with you.
Yeah, no doubt. rtdhiphop@hotmail.com or rtdhiphop4@gmail.com. Those are the two places you can reach me. If you need any type of mixing, mastering, beats, ghost written verses, I do it all.
Nice.
I just hit my head. Now, as far as like you want to reach me on social medias, Ashtray of LA is my contact info for IG. It's my contact info for like Facebook, everything. Ashtray of LA. Rest in peace to the Ashtray of LA. It's not that far from here, actually.
Yeah, Zapata the Ghost was in here and he was talking about that.
Oh man.
He's like, man, that shit was the shit.
Yeah, like I remember Gaja explained it one time. He's like, it's like a carpet of cigarettes. Like I was like, oh, I don't feel bad no more because I'm like, no, I haven't smoked in 3 years, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the last track we're gonna play is actually off the new album of Non Flaco. Talk about that. Introduce that before we close out.
Oh yeah, it's coming out on the 23rd. We decided to release it on the Tuesday after, and we haven't even really announced it. So Destruct's about to kick my ass right now.
It's alright. I ain't gonna do nothing.
But this is one of my beats. I wanted to showcase some of my engineering and some of my production. This is a take on Common's I Used to Love Her.
Word.
And it's I Still Love Her. And the way I want you to approach this song is, you know, listen to the verses, which is us speaking to hip hop, but then listen to the chorus because she's speaking back.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah. So.
Here it is right here. I want to say thank you for coming through, Doug.
Oh, thank you.
We
Thank you
appreciate
for having me, man.
Now, no doubt, anytime. We appreciate you coming through, blessing us with some hip hop history. And I want to say I wish you nothing but the best, health-wise, music-wise, life-wise, Doug.
Thank you.
And yeah, when you get into it right here, I still love her off the fucking Non-Flock album.
Yeah, Diets Don't Work. Diets Don't Work. That's what it's called.
Oh, there it is.
I
Say it again.
totally
Say it
forgot.
one more time. Say it one more time.
Diets Don't Work.
There it is. There it is right here. Broadcasting live from Hotbox Studios. This is The Way Radio.
Yo, I'm here to show homage to the one who takes my shit more than my family, giving love through hardship. No problems with blows calmly, my whole soul solemnly swear to grow old. There's no joke, she broke starving me. We stay dominant with acceptance from a queen that shares knowledge to any adolescent in the scene. But her love don't come easy, man. It's a blessing for that cream. She makes you pay dues before your reputation peaks. And she got style with a closet full of clothing, from do-rags to gold chains. Her body's always smoking, but it ain't even like that. She's always at my shows, front row, eyes closed, quoting all my flows. She speaks the truth and knows exactly what she's looking for, so all the bodies feel the wrath of the woman scorn. So peep her message, cause she loves when her shit knocks.
Who I'm talking about, y'all, is hip-hop.
Yeah, sing it for me, sing it for me.
No doubt. Yeah. So let me break it down how she puts up her mind. Cause without her, I wouldn't have a purpose in life. She's the reason I'm waking up and sleeping at night. On the real, she's much more than beats and rhymes. She like a heaven glow, giving heat through the cold. And she gave me leverage slow to express my soul. Living in these fast times, you can miss that flow. When you ain't blinded by diamonds or impressed by gold. And then you really notice the culture that she's beholding, where her music's a religion and the language that is spoken. She be writing on walls, making all phones provoking. Her dances are massive, the rules remain broken. And then you gotta wonder where her birth took place. Where a piece from a record will repeat all day. She's my main squeeze that don't stop, show shot.
Who I'm talking about, y'all, is hip-hop.